Hi, I'm Ronnie Ann. Today I'm going to show you how to do a natural everyday brow routine using only 2 products. I'm also going to show how everybody has a variety of different colors that they can use to fill in their brows. So to start off with, I'm going to use one of MAC's eyebrow stylers in the shade of Penny. I'm going to start by combing my eyebrows into shape. I'm going to take my pencil and start tracing the perimeter of my eyebrow using a very light hand. This would be heavy-handed, this would be light. I'm always using very light strokes and then combing the product through. The goal is to create a really light veil of color behind the eyebrow hair. I really don't want to know that there's product there when I'm looking at the brow. I have traced the perimeter of my eyebrow. I'm going to comb it through and then assess in the mirror that's a little bit further away. You tend to see symmetry and density better from a distance. So I go between looking close up in a mirror to looking further away. And you can see that that's starting to give me more definition. So now I'm going to use a color called Fling. This is the same product from MAC, but instead of being like a warmer copper tone, it's more of a golden taupe. I'm doing the same thing, tracing the outside of my eyebrow, kind of starting on the outer 2/3 of my eyebrow. I would say from the pupil out is where you want most of the density. You want from the pupil in to be a little bit more sparse. It just tends to look a little bit more natural and I think frames most people's eyes a little bit nicer. And then I'm combing this product through again. So now I'm going to look from a distance, but you can see this general shape that's being created and that I'm getting a little bit more fullness, but it also doesn't look like a heavy, dense eyebrow. So I know that on this eyebrow, this arch tends to naturally be a little bit lower. So I usually go in and raise it up a little bit higher so that it kind of mirrors the arch on the other eyebrow. I'm going to do some very light hair-like strokes on the inner corner here. Because this pencil is lighter than the other one, I don't have to be as light-handed, but I'm still being conscious that I just want a really light veil of color. So with this pencil, light-handed looks like this. Whereas being heavy-handed and using the pencil like a crayon gives you this type of opacity. Again, I always want to be light-handed. Unless I'm going for a different look. You know, if I was doing like a 20s eyebrow or I wanted a really defined eyebrow, maybe I would be a little heavier-handed. So another asymmetry in my eyebrows is this eyebrow tends to be a little bit more rounded and curved, whereas this one is more of a square shape naturally. So I usually go in and try to square this corner off a little bit. And you can see how that kind of squares off the shape. I don't worry about my eyebrows being perfectly symmetrical, but I do try to balance them out to the best of my ability. I'll also play with the different shades of brow gels that I use, but today, just so you can see the difference that the pencil makes, I'm going to use the same brow gel on both of my eyebrows. This is the Sephora Brow Volumizing Fiber Mascara. If you ever hear the word fiber in the name of a mascara, whether it's eyebrow mascara or eyelash mascara, it just means that there's tiny, tiny little fibers in the product that adhere to your lashes or to your eyebrows and make them look thicker. So I'm getting any excess off the wand. The trick to this is that you really want to concentrate the product on the hair. We already applied product on the skin, and this is really just to create dimension by making the hairs thicker and making the hair stand out a little bit more. And if you get this product on the skin, it will kind of look muddy and also make the brows look more dense. So you can see the effect that that has. You can also use a clear brow gel. I just like the added definition that a colored brow gel gives because I have really fine, really light eyebrows. Okay, so again, getting the excess product off the wand and just being as light-handed as I can. I'm going to really try to emphasize the arch on this eye because I know that this arch is lower than on the other eyebrow. So I'm going to coat these little tiny hairs at the top. So another reason that I am using a brow gel is because I'm able to kind of fluff my eyebrows up. Brow gels will hold your eyebrows in place, some better than others, but I'm able to make my brows extend beyond that perimeter that I drew on, so it actually looks like they're wider than they are. And because I plucked all of my eyebrows out in the 90s, I just miss that fullness and density and want to fake it as much as I can. So this is the final look of me using 2 different eyebrow colors to do my eyebrows. I really just wanted to highlight that everyone has a few different shades that they can use, and depending on what you have on hand or the style of makeup that you're going to be doing, you can really customize the shade of your eyebrow. If you're new to doing your brows, starting off with a lighter one, not necessarily this one, but a shade or 2 lighter than your natural brow hair would be easier to use and not run the risk of creating a slightly less natural eyebrow. Key takeaways are to be really light-handed, and when you're using a brow gel, try to concentrate it on just the hair and not get it on the skin. If you do happen to get it on the skin, however, let it dry and then just use a spoolie to scratch the product off. I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments or if you have any questions. And if you're interested in how I did this complexion routine, I just recorded a video using only 5 products. It's a great routine for anyone who's minimalistic or has dry skin. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.